What's up, West Town? You talking a lot of that with your boy Promise the greatest of the greatest. Give you inspiration, courage, motivation, and dignity each and every day, each and every step of the way. As always, shout out to Source, Creator, Divine, Infinite Being of higher knowledge, higher intelligence, higher consciousness. As always, shout out to the ancestors of the highest bright light of divine love and guidance. As always, to the archangel, the ascended masters, the wonderful lords of the north, south, east, west, watchtower, elements of this universe, earth, water, air, fire, ether, as above, so below, as within, so without, and space for the people. In this video, I want to give you an update of what's going on. When I was talking about the sex trafficking, blood sacrifices, dark forces, black magic, child cruelty, and all type of other demonic things that's been going on. What I have realized is, as I came into this world, people knew who I was before I know myself. And I have been informed, like I said before in the other video, that my family members was initiated in secret societies and have their role they're playing with the government. Now, when I say government, I don't speak on all the government, because there are good souls out there that actually fight for what's right. I never expected none of this, but then again, all is well, and it's a part of the journey. So until my time up, I'm gonna continue to enlighten the ones that may have experienced similar things, or may be experiencing similar things as well on their journey. I don't even know where to start, honestly. It's just like this. The people, my mother, my father, it started with my father's side of the family. But anyway, my mother, my father, my grandfather, cousins, aunties and uncles have signed a contract to be in a secret society. And due to that contract, they made an agreement to sacrifice myself. I don't accept, but I do accept love and divine help, as always. But they continue to call themselves to want to sacrifice me. And also do demonic things to my loved ones and ones that I was closest with, in the past. And they go literally with all old partners, all old homeboys, old females I used to deal with, anybody that I was close with. And they even approached most of them and told them, if you don't go along with it, we will kill you as well. And most of them got scared and moved along with the agreement. They've been following me since I was a child. I was unaware of it, but I was awakened and became aware 5 years ago that when I started gaining higher knowledge and higher conscious, that I was being followed everywhere I go. From food to restaurant to home where I lay my head. Even now at this point, for doing the hotel rooms and stuff, they even made it where when I go book a hotel anywhere, even hotels I've never been to before, they got my name on the do not rent list. And their purpose is to drive me outside where they wanted me homeless, where they wanted me down bad, where they wanted me mentally, physically, and emotionally scarred feeling abandoned, feeling alone. But the best thing about that was driving me outside helped me become closer to nature, and not only nature, who I really am. As above, so below, as within, so without. Nature is the best place to be when you're dealing with the elements of this universe, because that's when your conscious expand. And most people can't take it. So they live a life of confusion, anger, depression, vulnerability. Well, I decided to continue to keep my faith no matter what I go through and persevere, even when it may seem like the hardest time ever. And these people got a lot to do with sex trafficking, human trafficking, working all overseas. I got people doing black magic and witchcraft. I'm talking about cross country. I never even seen it before until I breathed in that fresh piranha and opened up the vision to see a new persona. These people have murdered people, killed people, caused problems in people's lives. And I can see why even old people that I used to deal with are going through what they going through. Not only that, I can see why my mother been going through what she been going through, why my father been going through what he been going through, sisters and brothers as well. Even with my brother, I didn't even find that out till now. My brothers, me, and two other individuals was in a situation where we were forced to defend ourselves. Honestly, we weren't going out to cause harm or nothing like that in the matter. We really were just going out to mind our business. Now, I'm not saying my past clean. I did things and I paid my time for it. But on this particular day, we actually were going out to mind our business and do what we want to do. And when I say the whole fucking club came towards us, we were left with no other choice but to stand up and handle our business. And so-called partner, friend, or homeboy gave my little brother the gun without me knowing, instead of using it himself. And bro used the gun to defend us. When I say back was against the wall, back was against the wall. Even the sheriff was out there like, look man, y'all just get up out of here. They knocked them out like, now, put kind of sure it was time to handle business. These folks shot at us first, multiple times, and then a fight broke out. And then after the fight broke out, we leave trying to get up out of that, honestly, because we was outnumbered. Brought so-called partner, paid my little brother the gun. They, we hop in the car trying to pull off. They butted one out, bro, upped it. Now in the courtroom, they didn't even identify that. They knew that it was another shooting on the scene. They found other bullets and all that, but they didn't even bring that to the light at all. They just throw that out and say involuntary manslaughter, 20 years, 2 consecutive. Fast forward, all it was a part of these secret societies, sorority groups, Freemasons, EFI. Not everybody. I'm not gonna say everybody, but majority of the individuals. And to this day right now, they follow me, they watch me, and they try to do everything, to sexual activity, to homophobic shit, to paying people to where I'm at, where I sleep at right there and lay my head, walking outside of the building, stalking the building, paying people inside the building to do things to actually get me out of character. My grandma been so tied in with it that she holds some type of position in they, system as well. These folk do black magic and work every single night trying to take me up out of here. And I know I ain't the only one that experienced this, but most people are afraid to speak on it and talk about it. But shit, at the end of the day, whatever will happen, won't happen. You got officers involved, DAs sleeping with people in my family, cruelty to children, child neglections. People are trying to do things toward my kids just because, they know my situation right now. Most of my baby mamas going along with the program. It been real wicked. And it's like, if you don't say nothing, you keep your mouth closed, then how can you actually help the next person that may be experiencing the thing? Even if I leave here today, it's still other individuals, because I ain't the only one that been targeted. It's many people out here that's being targeted, and they're afraid to speak up for themselves. So it's gonna start right here. We are the power. We hold the power. And if we continue to stay asleep, we continue to take away from not only us, our kids and our grandkids. And if we saying we love them as much as we do, then we need to get up and handle our business. No matter what contract you sign, man. Talk that shit out, stand up. You got somebody with you. Believe I ain't alone. So no matter what other people think they doing, it already written. It's gonna take more than heart, more than confidence, and more than courage. They do these spells and black magic and rituals on individuals to keep you asleep, to keep you terrified, to keep you afraid. But the hardest thing to do is sit down with yourself and walk and speak your truth as you go along, knowing what other individuals are trying to do and hold against you. Got people been trying to play with my business. They trying to clone. They trying to do the same as that thing that I do, but they ain't got the connection I do. They done try to do spells to keep me asleep. They done try to do spells to actually enter my mind, sending dark forces, messing with my health, playing with voodoo dolls, stabbing the voodoo dolls, and all type of shit. But you see, I'm still here for a reason. And I appreciate that. For clarity, I appreciate the vibe. I appreciate the protection. I appreciate the strength, the courage to continue to stay open, to continue to grow, to continue to have clarity, to know what to do in this situation. Because they wanted me to continue to stay quiet. They wanted me to continue to stay asleep. They wanted me to go crazy and either play myself and retaliate in an unnormal way or psych out and enter a psych ward. But this is higher level of conscious. This is higher knowledge. This is growth and expansion. And I'ma always be open. I am a true believer of the divine, a true believer of source and creator, and I want to tell you God is real. You got to understand, when you playing with the dark forces, who you think created that? The dark forces got to go to God first and ask for permission to do anything that it do to you. So be wise of that for the ones that ain't believing in the higher power, for the ones that think they can do anything and get away with it. They call themselves trying to assassinate a person. They call themselves trying to do all type of cruel and wicked things. And still to the day, people are experiencing so much. And they need help. And I'm here to tell you, I'm here to help you. This ain't even all up, but it's a part of it. Stay tuned. Promise you great, baby. Love you.